So your team at We Are Innovation conducted a survey on Swedish consumers. Can you please show a few slides to summarize the top line findings of the research that you conducted last year?
Yes, happily. If somebody at your team can help me with the slides, I'll show them and discuss them very, very quickly.
Yep, here we go. Can you see that?
Great. Yes, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, I'll start and I'll try to be as quickly as possible. As Jessica said, I'm Federico Fernández, CEO of We Are Innovation. We are a network of more than 40 think tanks and NGOs that believe in the power of innovation of human creativity. If you want to know about our work, please visit weareinnovation.global. And I really want to thank Dylan, Jessica, and Lucy for the invitation and congratulate them for the great work that they are doing promoting the Swedish experience, the report that they presented today that I think is extremely important. And I'm very honored to be online this time, being part of the presentation of this report and being part of this event. If we can go to the next slide. As Jessica mentioned, last year we commissioned Ipsos to do a poll to find out what ex-smokers who switched to safer alternatives thought, Swedish ex-smokers. So this is what I'm going to present you, but you can find the full study on our website. Please remember that because I'm going to show you just a couple of slides. Let's go to the next slide, please. And something we all need to remember, and this is what gathers us today, and I always like to, and I really like this picture, by the way, Sweden is winning. And Sweden is winning because Sweden, we believe, it's using both innovation and let's say sound policies in order to fight smoking. And in a way, with the poll, we wanted to find out what was the perspective of those who walked this path, let's say, people who were smokers and changed and switched into safer alternatives. Let's go to the next slide, please. The first reason that people told us that made them switch to alternative nicotine products was health. And this is, let's say, this is in a way, this is obvious probably for everybody who's here and for everybody who's watching here and will watch this in the online, at least in the near future. This is quite obvious. Unfortunately, this is not the case in general, and many smokers, and by the way, today we published a new Ipsos poll regarding this that we did in 28 different countries. Currently, smokers think that, in general, smokers think that vaping is as or more harmful than vaping. So there's a lot that we can do. Incidentally, by the way, in Sweden, we found out that for women also social aspects are more important than for men. Let's go to the next slide, please. We also highlighted, and I'll go in a little bit more of detail regarding women in the next slide, that one of the secrets you could say about the Swedish experience is that there is variety. And this, I think, it's a very interesting feature of the Swedish model. In that country, let's say they avoided somehow a one-size-fits-all policy that would have been problematic, definitely, as it usually is, regardless of where it's applied. And that, let's say, the four alternative nicotine products that basically exist today are legal in Sweden and have a relatively sound regulatory framework. I think it testifies that. Let's go to the next slide, please. And we also, I always like to say that it's true that in Sweden, snus is king, but if there were a king, a queen is nicotine pouches, in the sense that snus, and probably because of how it was historically, let's say the first iteration of snus is it's probably not the best looking or smelling product. Sorry, Patrick. Snus was never very much something tempting for women, and nicotine pouches, which are, by the way, the newest and most modern product, is definitely more appealing for women. And again, this shows that it's important to avoid these one-size-fits-all policies. And let's go to almost my last slide. Another very important factor that our poll showed is that for women, the issue, for instance, of nicotine levels is more important than for men. For instance, 35% of women said that this was very important, against 23% of men, and the same with flavors. Half of the women that we polled said that this, let's say, have variety of flavors was very important, while only 37% of men said the same. Again, let's say Sweden has avoided the one-size-fits-all approach. In this, Sweden has respected gender sensitivities. Sweden has allowed innovators to do what they do best, which is improving our lives. And the results of this is that a lot of people in Sweden are going to have longer and more fruitful lives. I think this is a very good deal on my book. I would take this deal every day of the week, and twice on Sunday. And this is what I wanted to share with you. If you want to know more about what we do and check the full study, go to weareinnovation.global. And again, thank you very much for your attention.